All right, if you're a banjo beginner, you're in the right place. This is the perfect song to start with. The song is Will the Circle Be Unbroken? It's an absolute banjo classic and one of my all-time favorites. Let's learn it together. The first thing you're going to want to do is grab the free tab. There's a link in the first line of the description. Next, let's get tuned up and I'll show you why this tuning is so special. So we play this song in open G tuning. So if we start from our shorter fifth string, we're going to end up with G, D, G, B, D. Don't worry if you don't have a tuner, you can tune to me if you're feeling adventurous. If not, I will link a free tuning app in the description below. Now let me show you what is so special about open G tuning. You ready? Okay, listen. Sounds pretty nice, right? You don't get that when you strum the open strings of guitar. It sounds all wonky, but we play banjo typically in this open tuning. So if we just strum without doing anything with our left hand, it's a no finger chord, we're strumming the open G chord. We get that one for free. So this tuning is really great for beginners because we can worry a little bit less about our left hand and concentrate, really dial in that right hand. So our version of Will the Circle Be Unbroken uses our basic clawhammer banjo bum-ditty strum. If you already know it, you're good to go. If not, I'm going to give you a super quick refresher and I'll tell you where to get more help if you need it. So to do the basic bum-ditty banjo strum, you're just going to count 1, 2, and 3, 4, and, right? When you come in on the 1, you're just going to pivot your hand in and strike string with the back of your index fingernail. You're going to come back out. When you come in, brush stroke, and then pluck up with your thumb on that 5th string. So altogether, it's just going to be 1, 2, and 3, 4, and, right? If you need more work than that, if you need more of a refresher, check the description. I will link a free beginner course for you to really dial that in and get the hang of it. So now that we are tuned up, this song has 3 chords, G, C, and D. So we already know the G, right? That's our open, no left hand, no finger chord, no problem. And the next 2 chords are a little trickier. We are going to use our left hand, but they're not too bad. Let's just get those nice and clean and ringing out clearly. So we'll start with our 2-finger chord, our C chord. All you're going to do, you're going to take your index finger and you're going to put that on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. You want to position your finger just behind that fret line. And a little pro tip here, keep the fingernails on your left hand nice and short so that when you press in with the tip of your fingernail, you're not hitting your fingernail into the fretboard, you're hitting the tip of your finger. So index finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. That's your D chord. Just strum everything else. And then hit each string individually and make sure nothing is muted. If it is, just adjust a little bit until every string rings out cleanly. There's your D chord. So we've got our G and our D. Now we have our C chord. This is a 3-finger chord. Don't worry, you'll get it. All you're going to do, you're going to take your middle finger and put that on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Then you're going to take your index finger, put that on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, and finally your ring finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. That's your C. Make sure everything's ringing out nice and clean. You're good to go. Now here's the thing. This is what's cool about this song. Makes it pretty easy and perfect for beginners. We spend most of the song, the vast majority of the song, in our no finger chord, right? And maybe we'll hit the 2nd fret occasionally for a melody note, but for the most part, we're not really using our left hand too much in this song. All right, and these 3 chords, G, C, and D, are like the most important chords in banjo. When you have these 3 chords, you can switch between them cleanly. You can play hundreds of songs. So let's look at the tab. We're going to do a couple different levels here. We'll start with very basic, and then I'll show you a few ways to upgrade. Okay, so we start with a pickup measure. This is just a couple of notes to kick off the song, and we're going to do open 4th string, and then 2nd fret of the 4th string. And then we're into our song. So we start with our basic bum-ditty. We're going to use our no finger chord. We're on our G chord right now. I'm not even using my left hand. I'm just going to hit that 3rd string open for the bum of my bum-ditty. We'll do that twice. So bum-ditty, bum-ditty. Then we come in and hit the open 4th string for our next bum-ditty. So Bum-ditty, bum-ditty, bum-ditty. Our next bum-ditty is going to start on the second string. And now instead of a brush stroke this time, because you don't always do a brush stroke, sometimes you can hit an individual note, it's going to hit the second fret of the third string. And we're still going to do our thumb pluck. So let's just do the pickup measure and those first three measures, make sure we have that right. So we're going to go 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. And you can start to hear that melody, right? Will the circle be and what's next? Broken, right? So open third, open third. I my voice scared me there. I don't know what happened. Open third string, and then open second string. So. And then we're back to our open third. Then we do our little second string to second fret of the third. That's our G chord. Now we're going to switch chords. So let's just do up to that point with the tab, okay? So just do that with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this next transition, I think, is the trickiest part of the song, but we'll go slow. We'll make sure you have it. It's not so bad once you kind of understand the mechanics of it. So what we're doing is that open second to second fret of the third, and then now we're fretting this. We need to switch to that 3-finger C chord, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to jump our middle finger down one string and fret the rest of that C chord. It might take you a little practice to get that smooth, but just work on it, you'll get it. This is going to go... And we're just hitting that third string for the first part of our bum-ditty. One thing to notice here, really you should get used to fretting the full chord. It'll serve you well. However, you've got a little bit before we actually play that fourth string. So you could just kind of lift up off that third string and just fret those first two strings. And that gives you like 2 beats now to get your middle finger into position. But if you do that, and you accidentally strum that fourth string, it's going to sound a little bit off. So it's up to you. It's a little bit easier if you want to delay putting that middle finger down, but chances are it's going to sound a little better if you just get used to that transition. Cool? Okay. So in our C chord, got our open third. And we're just going to fret the C chord the whole time. We're not moving our fingers out of the C chord. So we go open third. And now we're just going to go open third, then hit our fourth string. And we've already got that second fret fretted, so we don't have to worry about it. So then we just do that again. Right? So all together, it's just 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. And now we're back into our G. And we start that on the fourth string. Okay, so let's play through up to the end of that C chord, right? We'll start with the pickup measure. So I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, bum, 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 right? Just like that, okay? Go a little slower than that though. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So we're back into our no finger G chord, and we're going to start on that open fourth. And we're just going to do a little climb here. So we're going to go open fourth, second fret of the fourth, open third. So it's going to be, and we just do that same little climb again. Open fourth, second fret of the fourth, open third. So with that C chord, it's going to be 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, climb, climb. And then we just keep going with that G chord. Let's just work on that little transition from the C to the G, right? So we're just going to do those 4 measures, starting with the C. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got it. Not too bad, right? Look, the thing is, like, we just keep a nice bum-ditty going through. We're pretty much just playing the strings we're already fretting or not fretting, the open strings, for our melody. That's what makes this song so nice and easy and simple to play. So after we do our little climbs, we've got our little high part, right? So I don't know if it looked like I was doing something fancy with my left hand. I wasn't. Look. All we're doing is our basic clawhammer banjo stroke on the open third, no finger chord. Bum-ditty, bum-ditty, bum-ditty. Then we go second string, first string, second string, third string. See how that works? So it's just do that with me, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. That will probably be a little bit of an accuracy challenge. We're really kind of dancing across these strings here. But that's okay. Like, that's the nice thing about our open tuning, right? If you hit a wrong note, if you accidentally play more than one string, you're still going to sound basically in tune. It's not going to sound like totally wrong. Like, it might not carry the melody as well as it could, but it's going to sound okay because we're in that nice open tuning or we're fretting the full chord. So after we climb up and climb back down, so we're just going open third, second fret of the third, second string open, third string open, and now we've got our second chord change of the song. We're going into our D chord, right? So that's going to be, remember, that's your index finger on the second fret of the third string and your middle finger on the third fret of the second string. And you're just going to do you're still just going to do your basic bum ditty. You just got to fret that chord and we're just going to play that third string as our bum. So just twice and then we let it go. And you can do that little fourth string climb again on your G chord. So it's going to be D, G. That's it. That's the whole song. We just do that whole thing again. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to play through this nice and slow one time all together, and then I'm going to show you some ways to embellish this and make it even fancier. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. C. Back to G. For a D. You got it. All right. Feel free to rewind that, practice it as many times as you need to. Make sure you've got the tab so you can follow along as well. So how do we embellish this song? How do we make it even fancier? There's some really simple ways, even if you're a new banjo player, that you can just make this sound just a little bit more fun, right? The easiest way to do that is with hammer-ons. So let me just play through this first part without hammer-ons, the way we're doing it, and then with it. And I'll show you how it works. Or with. Okay, really simple rule here. Anytime you're going from an open string to a fretted note, that's an opportunity to do a hammer-on. So right in the beginning, instead of 3, 4, we can just go 3 and now what do we do on the fourth, right? Well, the fourth, we can just go back to our regular brushstroke thumb pluck. So 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2. Next one's a little trickier, right? Because we actually have the open second string here. But we can still hammer on to that third string and it's going to sound good. Let me do it again. And now we're into our C chord. And we can, again, hammer onto that fourth string. So instead of bingo. All I'm doing is I'm just lifting up that middle finger off that fourth string and hammering it on. Back to our G. And we hammer on again here. And that's all you gotta do is look for these little opportunities, right? If you see an open string, you're going to a fretted note, can you go like, okay, well, maybe I can try a hammer on here. It's up to you. You don't have to do it everywhere. You don't have to do it anywhere. Like whatever you do is gonna sound good. We wanna train your own brain and your own ear, not necessarily just to follow tab here, but to inject a little bit of your own personality and taste into it. So the tab download has 3 levels of the song. I encourage you to try them all. Let me know in the comments how it goes. I really want to know, would you like more in-depth lessons like this? And I will see you next time. All right.